What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are back for AOR. This time we're actually having one league race in one video, so that means it was, and as you can tell by the title, quite a spicy race. So, before we get things started, little update. I want to record F1 2006 again. That'll be happening very soon. I'm going to hopefully get that sorted out. Hopefully the recording doesn't stuff up or anything like it did last time. And also, make sure you turn on notifications, because recently YouTube admitted that sub boxes don't work properly unless you click that bell icon. So just so you make sure that you keep up with all my videos, and especially the F1 2006 series that's coming up, hit that bell notification thing and you will see all my videos when they actually go live. So here we are for the Bahrain Grand Prix, round 4 I believe it is of AOR. You're probably asking right now, why the hell am I in a Sauber? Basically, I joined the lobby with a few minutes to go, ran out of time to select my car because I was sorting out my recording equipment, and the lobby started without me picking a car. So we're in the Sauber today. So we'll see how it goes. Equal cars, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but I was trying to quit and rejoin the lobby to get in my Mercedes, and that wasn't working out. So we lost a few minutes in the session sorting all that out. But it's okay because we're going to be qualifying on the soft compound tyres. We only have one set of the softs to use, so I was saving it for the end of the session anyway, and most of the front runners in this field are actually going to be on the same strategy as what I was, if you remember back to AOR Bahrain, where everyone, well, Ward and Ryan were doing the soft compound tyre strategy because it is very, very hard to make the one-stop work. Or it's possible, but you lose a lot of time towards the end of the stint, but it's still a lot faster than the two-stop, sorry, and you don't have to negotiate traffic. So that's the strategy. So as we embark on this one and only qualifying lap, you can see we're 6/10 down on HO, who is on the super soft tyre, the faster compound. The delta between the two tyres is like 4/10. So we're doing fairly well at the moment, but probably it's not a perfect lap. I'm still a good few tenths away from where I probably should be. Ryan is like in the 28.4s or something on this compounded tyre, and as we come up to the line, this might be a high 28, maybe low. It is a low 29. It's 29.0, so actually pretty slow from me there, and that just came down to being under pressure a little bit, making a few small mistakes here and there, and actually struggling a little bit for traction out of turn 1 and 2. That was something I was really struggling with on the harder compounded tyre as opposed to the supers when I was qualifying. But as we go to the race now, the soft compound tyre is the absolute best race tyre to be on. It's absolutely outrageous how much better it is than the other tyres. But away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix from 9th place on the grid. We're going to have to do a lot of overtaking in this Grand Prix to get towards the front. Deathbro giving Warden a bit of a squeeze, who had an absolutely blinder of a start. He goes to the inside through turn 1. New Zealand Ryan turning across Warden there, that's all fine. Deathbro, Warden has actually spun out on the infield there, and he might have front wing damage. I lost the back end as well, and now we're on the back of Deathbro heading into turn 4. We're going to make this stick right around the outside. More flowing run early on the power, and we've actually got up in a P6. Great start. Great start so far. We found 3 positions, and I don't even know how we did it. No idea. Honestly, no idea. Ryan is getting tangled up with Fun Guru. So, for those of you who are new to my series, Ryan is my teammate. I'm meant to be in the Mercedes. I will be scoring constructors points for Mercedes today. It's just an anomaly that I'm in the Sauber. But, yeah. Crazy start. Absolutely crazy start. I almost ran into the back of Ryan as well, into that triple left-hander. Fun Guru runs wide through that penultimate corner, and that is another free position for us. So 4 spots on the first lap. This is unheard of for me, although it is fairly rare for me to be starting in P9 in AOR. Honestly, can't remember the last time I've done that. Maybe in a wet session, or maybe the first race of the season. I'm not entirely sure, but it's been a blistering start so far. HO up front on the super soft tyres, stretching the advantage, just kind of like how I was in SRL, but when it gets to like lap 5, lap 6, those supers really start to die off, and that's what really cost me in my race, in that racetrack. So early stages, we're doing well. We're staying with the leaders for the most part. We've got Drop Bear in the Haas in P2. Standout performance for him so far. Master Berserk in P3, the leading of the soft compound tyre run as he goes to the inside on Drop Bear. Massive lunge there. Drop Bear might get him back on the switchback. can't quite make it stick. His tyres are really starting to go off. Ryan has made a mistake, and now I'm going to get both of these guys here and move into P3. Okay. What an exchange there. Ryan loses the back end in an attempt to overtake Drop Bear. Drop Bear had a shit exit as well, and we went clean up the middle of all two of them. Basically 3 wide on the run into turn number 4 there. I had a look at the stream highlights on the replay. People were saying that Ryan let me go through here. No, it was just a case of Ryan losing the back end, and he also got an illegal overtake warning, so he had to lift off and let Drop Bear go through, but I was already steaming in between the middle of them and managed to make that stick there. So I went for the gap. Bit risky, but it's paid off. We're now second effectively on the soft compound tyre strategy, with myself and Master Berserk trying to chase down HO for the race win. So it's looking pretty good at the moment. You can see I was making it clear to show you where I was braking for turn 1. It's just before the 100-meter board. That's going to be crucial for when we get to this moment right here. No, never mind. Maybe on the next lap. We're in the slipstream. DRS of Master Berserk. HO has pitted on the previous lap, and now you will see I brake just slightly further than my braking zone, and we're going for a move for the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 10. We got the inside of Master Berserk, and now Ryan is going to try and take advantage of this as well. Master Berserk, really terrible exit out of turn 3, and now Ryan is going to try and go around the outside, heading into turn 4. It must be said, that was not an overtaking. I was not going for the overtake. I was, in the build-up to that, I was trying to get closer and closer to Master Berserk. I was braking a little bit earlier than what I normally would for the previous laps before that, but I was braking at my normal point, just trying to close the gap to Master Berserk, and he actually broke really early, and I had to commit to the inside to not run into the back of him. So that move came out of nowhere and actually turned out to be really good there for the lead of the Grand Prix. I did a dummy on the previous lap. Master Berserk fell for it. It's very early at this stage for the mediums to go to the end. Ryan responds on the next lap on lap 11, and then I'm responding on lap 12. A lot is happening in this phase of the race, so I'll forgive you if you're missing what's happening here, but basically I've got 2 lap fresher tyres than Master Berserk, maybe 3 lap fresher tyres than HO, and I've got 1 lap fresher tyres than New Zealand Ryan. So for the rest of this race, I'm going to be the fastest car essentially on the grid. And this was planned. I was always planning to overcut Ryan, always planning to overcut HO. Master Berserk, I have a feeling he pit fairly early as well. Master Berserk goes for a dive like I did up into turn 1 on Brock Does Stuff, who hasn't pitted so far in this Grand Prix. Now Ryan, once again, handed that position on a platter there. Really bad exit for Brock Does Stuff, and now it's my turn to follow through and stay with this battle. So hopefully we can clear Brock Does Stuff very quickly. Be crucial. You're joking me. You are. You've got to be joking me. So here's the replay of what happened. You'll notice he turns into an AI car, and that is because he actually paused the game right as he was turning in for the Apex. It turns out he was recording a clip between himself and Master Berserk. I don't know why, and then his car hasn't ghosted when the AI took control. He's actually lost a bit of front wing with the dive. I don't know, I think Brock actually turned in a little bit into Master Berserk after he was already in front. But you'll see here, he's recording this clip. This is the Xbox clip that I got off of his profile, and then once it stops, sometime just after that is when he paused the game. And when you pause, the AI car takes over. The AI car is at like 60 or 70% AI level, so they're like 5 seconds a lap slower, and he's done that into a middle of a corner when I'm right up his ass, and I had nowhere to go, and I've lost my front wing. I've got orange damage on the front left cascade, and my pace is really going to be knocked around here. So what do I have to... what can I say? Like, we're in the box seat to win this race, to be in contention, at least for second place. HO has got a bit of a gap to Ryan. We had the freshest tyres out of anyone, right behind Ryan, my teammate, and then that happens. It's safe to say I was absolutely furious for the rest of this race. I was actually a little bit ticked off as well at the fact that I was in the Sauber, and I told whoever was hosting the lobby or the coordinator, to maybe get a quick restart. They said no, it's fine. But yeah. What do I have to do to get some luck in this league? HO is now disconnected as well from the lead of the Grand Prix. He's the guy I feel for the most because he did so well for the opening 20 laps of this Grand Prix. And he disconnects out of no fault of his own. Like, I don't think he's got too many wins in Split 1 League racing. We've now been spun by Jared. So our race is going even further downhill at this point. But yeah, HO is so unlucky, man. He's always been a good driver, maybe not so consistent, but today he really had the pace and probably deserved to win the race today. And he wasn't able to get back in the lobby. So heart really goes out to HO on that one. So yeah, this is Jared going up my inside. Turn 1, carbon copy of what happened a few laps ago when we clashed. I think Warden was really close there. Warden actually, yeah, you guys know what happened to Warden. He went back down to last place. And now he's back on the charge again with me holding up Jared for the last few laps. And now we've collided at turn 4. I tried to do the switchback, but the car was just understeering and understeering and understeering. And I just went into the path of Jared. And I take, 100% full responsibility for that. And that incident as well just got me even further pissed off. And at this point, I really should have let Jared go. Because I did actually spin him out, but at this point, the rage, I think, was setting in, and I was making life even more difficult for Jared here. Moving a little bit in the braking zone, so that's not good for me. I apologize to Jared as well after this for holding him up so much. I was expecting to be in the fight with Jared today, but it just wasn't to be. He had a penalty, he had more tyre wear than me, and I felt like I might have been able to still finish in front of him despite the front wing damage, but I just got tangled up in too many incidents today. New Zealand Ryan wins the race. Full congrats to him for being in the right place at the right time. For us, it was a complete disaster. And even further points lost in the championship. So, what is there to say? Like, I drove pretty terribly. The whole thing with Brock, there was literally nothing I could do there, but against Jared, I think I was a bit unfair and I overstepped the boundaries a little bit there. And you guys called me out for it on stream, rightfully so. And I need to clean that up for next week because the way that I was racing Jared was definitely not on. So apologies about that. I apologize to Jared, and I'll be keeping it more clean in the next week of league racing. But that's it for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 2017 content. I wasn't expecting to be on the pace this weekend, but given the race pace, we overtook Ryan at one point, and Ryan said he was struggling to keep up with me at some points after I got in front of him in the first stint, which was really surprising. So there's a lot of confidence to take out of this round, so we'll see what happens in the next one. We're off to Spain, I think, so tyre wear might be pretty good for me on the wheel, so we'll have to wait and see. But that's it for today. Until the next one, I'll see you next time.